All right, we're going to switch gears now. Check this out. Back in August, this was the scene in Muscatine when Staff Sergeant Davis Schrock was running laps around Muscatine's riverfront watermelon. It was all to raise money for the town's brand new JROTC program, which helps students prepare students who are considering military service. Well, the money was raised and the program kicked off just a few weeks ago. And within days of launching, dozens of kids had already signed up. But why put in all this effort and start this program? For that, we have Joe Myers, the Muscatine JROTC instructor, and Troy Culland, Muscatine High School counselor, joining us here today. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I gotta ask, where did this idea come from to start this program up?
Well, I can get started. This idea came about 5 years ago. It was a conversation between us and our current superintendent, Mr. Christopher. And about 4 years ago, Colonel Meyer joined us because he was lived in Muscatine, was getting ready to retire, and we thought this would be a great opportunity for us to start a program here in Muscatine. And for the 3 years? For 3 years, we basically were on a waiting list. And then last year we got the call from the Army saying we have the green light to go, and we have been running ever since.
Wow. And with that as well, for the JROTCs in high school, the Army has a program where they're trying to increase the quantity of those. Where they're trying to get an additional 250 programs over the next 5 years instituted in high schools.
And Muscatine's one of those. How many kids do you guys have signed up right now?
Currently, we have 47. We've had some additions, and because we have 3 new students in the last week. So even after school's starting, they're still joining, which is awesome. We're trying to focus on building those leadership skills within those high school cadets.
So how do you do that? Tell me how the program works and what the kids do when they show up.
So a couple days, well, there's 5 days in a week, right? So in the first week, it's mainly foundational. So this is what the history of the program is. Which is fairly easy for Muscatine because there wasn't any. But it does talk about the JROTC history. 2 days a week, we are doing physical training. 2 days a week, we are able to do classes where it's talking about leadership, communities, civic service, all those things. And then we have a leadership lab where we do team building exercises.
You know, why is this something that you guys see is important? You could argue, well, we could have, exercise courses and these leadership classes without the framework of JROTC. Why did you go to all this effort? Why bring this program specifically to town?
So the more options that the youth have, the more that they can choose to expand their aperture of opportunities in the future. Ideally, we want them to have all the opportunities because with a better set of future choices for the kids, we have that opportunity to have them build better lives as well. And we get better leaders for the community, we get better leaders for the country, state, everything. So ideally, we're just investing that time in the next generation.
Troy, as someone who works a lot with these kids on a personal basis at the high school, what are you seeing? I know it's only been a few weeks, but are you seeing any effects from this?
Oh, absolutely. Joe and I will talk a lot. We've got kids from different spectrums, from different backgrounds. What we're starting to see is kids are buying into it more about not just about being in the program, but more taking pride in themselves. We're starting to see more better direction. We're starting to see kids that want to be more school spirit, and it's increasing their grades, their attendance. And it's only been about a month that we've been at school, but we're seeing some major changes with kids. But more importantly, if you were to ask them how they feel about it, a lot of them say, like we had one today, that goes, "I'm coming to school for this program."
And that's one of the benefits of the program as well, is like we're taking a personal interest. Not that they don't do that with other classes as well, but their activities in JROTC and their other classes are a cumulative part of that grade. So making sure that they're interested, that we are interested in talking to the parents, that's a big part of it.
So what's next for you guys? Where do you want to see this JROTC program grow to? What are your goals for this?
So currently in Iowa, there's 4 programs, and Muscatine is I believe it's the 3rd largest right now with our addition of the last 3 personnel. But I don't know, I'd like to see it the largest program, but not because the program itself. The amount of lives we could touch with it would be amazing.
And I think we have a great opportunity because Muscatine has been amazing. From the Veterans Associations to just the public, as we've seen, like with our mayor bringing in the LST boat, just everywhere around us, people want to join and support us. We've been very blessed with neighboring colleges have been reaching out to us, as well as the other ROTC units. So like it's a collaboration of all of us wanting to just produce better Iowans in the future.
I love it. Guys, thank you so much for your time today. I know you got a lot going on. We really appreciate this. We'll have to check in later and see how things are going with this program, maybe at the end of the school year.
Perfect.
Sounds good.
For you guys at home, if you want to share this story, you can find our online version at WQAD.com underneath the As Seen on TV tab.